to Sir Games a Lot. We're located in Barrie, Ontario, Canada in the Bayfield Mall. Thursday nights and Saturdays is Dust Battlefield Night. Today we're going to do a battlefield report, the 100-point SSU versus 100-point Allies.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the front lines for today's Dust Tactics Battlefield Battle Report. My name's Justin and I'll be commentating the battle that unfolds between the SSU and Allied forces. Let's take a look now at the armies that'll be fighting. The SSU has chosen to bring 2 squads of Red Thunder infantry. Adding to the infantry numbers is a squad of Fakieli, backed up by a Red Commissar, and a group of Red Bears, also with a Red Commissar. A Red Lightning weapons team whose shots can stun the enemy. The massive heavy walker, the Matryoshka, will be backing up the infantry squads. Providing support to Matryoshka will be Grandma, piloted by Koshka, as well as the medium walker, Natalia. We now move on to the Allies' army composition. We start things off with a group of crack shots, the Allied forces sniper team. Additionally, the fast walker, the Wildfire. Another fast walker, the Blackhawk. Keeping with the theme of speed, you're going with 2 groups of Grim Reapers, which are very fast and very deadly. To help deal with some of the mechanized force, they've got a group of Tank Busters, and the command squad, the Big Boss. Backing them up is the Heavy Walker, the Bulldog, and keeping that alive is Rosie, the Mechanic. The operation that's been decided on is free-for-all. We're going to start by having both players roll to see which side they have. The Allied player wins and chooses his side first. The 2 players place 2 objectives that they'll be trying to capture on their opponent's edge of the table. As we move around the table, you can see where the objectives have been placed. There's 2 that the Allies will be trying to capture and 2 that the SSU forces will be trying to capture. The battle commences as we move on to turn 1. The Allied player starts off by march moving his crack shots up behind some area terrain, looking to survey the battlefield. The SSU player next moves his Red Thunder squad in, also march moving and getting behind area terrain. This is to keep him out of line of sight. Seeing an opportunity, the Allied forces' Grim Reapers rush up the battlefield, looking to close the distance with the Russian troops. Another group of Red Thunder cautiously moves onto the battlefield, hoping to avoid a confrontation with the now present Grim Reapers. Next, the Allied player's Big Boss command squad enters into the field and into area terrain. They're going to attempt to reactivate the Grim Reapers on the other side of the map, but unfortunately they fail to do so. The Red Lightning weapons team makes its way onto the field, lining its sights up with the Grim Reapers. They roll to hit, but only manage to score 1 wound. The Grim Reapers make their cover save, but are stunned in the process. The Allies deploy a second group of Grim Reapers, and they quickly rush up the field. The Russian Fakieli squad takes up defensive positions, looking to stop the Allied advance. The Allies then deploy the Wildfire to assist the Grim Reapers on the right flank. The Russians respond to this threat by deploying their Natalia. The Allies' Blackhawk quickly runs up the field, continuing the advance. The Russian Matryoshka lumbers onto the field and lines up the enemy Blackhawk, getting ready to take a shot. It scores a single hit, insta-killing the Blackhawk. The Allies' Bulldog zeroes in on the Matryoshka, looking to even the score. There are no cover saves against phaser weapons, so the Matryoshka takes 2 hits for a total of 12 damage and is destroyed. The Russians' Red Bear command squad moves onto the field and tries to call in a vehicle reinforcement. Unfortunately, they fail the roll. An Allied Tank Buster squad moves in on the right to assist the units that are already there. The Russian player attempts to get a third action for Koshka, but fails the roll. Koshka, who is piloting the Grandma, enters the field and attempts to make a vehicle reinforcement roll, and is unsuccessful. Lastly, Rosie moves onto the field and behind cover. We now come to the end of turn 1. Let's take a look at how the battlefield's shaping up. As you can see, both sides have lost one vehicle apiece, and the advance is heavily in the Allies' favor. We'll see what happens when it comes to turn 2. We begin turn 2, with the Allied player winning the roll for initiative and choosing to activate his forces first. He chooses to activate the Tank Buster Squad first and use sustained fire against the Natalia. He manages to roll 4 hits, and the Natalia rolls to make the cover saves.
And I save one of them. So 3 damage. So this is the first hit, it's my damage resilience. I stop 2. The second hit, I take 2 damage. Stopped 1. And my last one, I take 1 damage, and it dies.
The Natalia is unable to withstand the damage and is destroyed. The Russian player manages to roll the third action with Koshka and chooses to use sustained fire against the Reapers and the Bulldog. It's a flame template against the Reapers and a single shot against the Bulldog. Rolls first for the Reapers, scoring 2 hits and a third hit on targets and symbols. Next rolls for the Bulldog, misses with the first shot and the second shot as well. The Reapers get no save from the flame attack and are completely wiped out. The Allied Bulldog zeroes in on Koshka and returns fire with its phaser and 50 cal machine gun, using sustained fire. They manage to land a single hit with the phaser, and an additional hit with the 50 caliber. Koshka then rolls for a cover save against the 50 caliber and manages to save the damage. The phaser cannot be saved, and now they have to roll for damage resilience.
And I saved 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh god!
Saved 4, so I take 1 damage.
The Russians' Red Bear squad attempts to reactivate Koshka and succeeds in the roll. Koshka charges up the field and lays down a wall of flame on top of Rosie and fires its howitzer cannon at the Bulldog. Rosie attempts reactive fire against Koshka and manages to get 2 actions. They choose to use sustained fire but miss with both shots. Koshka then rolls 1 hit with the flamethrower against Rosie and another hit against the Bulldog with the howitzer. The Bulldog makes its cover save against the howitzer, but Rosie is insta-killed by the flamethrower. Next, the Allied Wildfire chooses to sustain fire on the Fakeli and lays down a barrage of bullets. It manages a total of 6 hits. The Fakeli then roll their cover saves and only fail 2 of them. The Russian Red Thunder Squad advances up the field using a full march movement. The Allied Grim Reapers push forward and lay down a wave of fire against the Russian Fakeli. They roll a total of 33 dice and score 13 hits on the Fakeli. They only get their infantry save since they're out in the open, but they don't manage to roll enough to save them all, and they're wiped out. The second Red Thunder Squad marches up the field, looking to regroup with the first Red Thunder Squad. The Allies' Big Boss Squad rolls to reactivate the Grim Reapers, and succeeds. The Grim Reapers then move into position to take the objective. The Russians then move their Red Lightning into place to take a shot at the Bulldog. They fire and manage to score 3 hits, but the Bulldog manages to save 2 of them and only takes 1 wound. The Allied Crackshots then move into the trees and take aim at the Russian Red Lightning. They roll first with their sniper rifle, scoring a hit, and then the M1 rifle, scoring no hits. At this point, all the units have gone, and the Allies control one of the objectives, which means it's an Allies victory. Let's now take a look at the breakdown of this battle and see exactly which units were lost. On the SSU side, you can see that the Matryoshka, the Natalia, and a squad of Fakeli were lost. For the Allies, they lost the Blackbird, the Grim Reaper squad, and Rosie, the mechanic. So that about wraps things up for this battle report. Hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to join us again next time on the front lines for more Dust Tactics Battlefield.